Alright, boom, what were we saying? Yeah, because I wanted to speak on how a lot of people, yeah, they factor in their family and like their parents' values and opinions when it comes to picking somebody. And like, I don't know how it is for you yet, but my parents have never been fussed with who I end up with in terms of culture, but they've always said to me, if you end up with somebody from our culture, it's just easier. Like, they prefer that. Do you get? So do you think that's almost a way for families to dictate where their children or who their children end up with?
Not necessarily dictation, it's just the fact that they're looking out for you at the end of the day. And you have to remember that you're not just marrying that person, you're marrying that person's family. So if you're marrying that person's family, you need to be able to get along with them as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, usually speaking, people of different cultures have different ways of living, you know, different understandings of right and wrong, you know, in terms of moral compass and within your family. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you marry someone that you may get along with personally, but the way they are with their family, you don't quite actually think that's right or wrong, where you have disagreements and stuff, that creates like a clash between you. Do you get what I'm saying? A divide. So most people will tell you like, oh, you know, date within your culture because of the fact that you have that family bond that's, you know, quite similar to the opposite person.
But what about people like us, yeah, that were born and raised in London? We have London culture. Like, that is what connects a lot of people before like your own ethnicity. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So like, that in itself is a whole different conversation, because I'm first generation, so my parents wouldn't necessarily understand it that way. They'll just be like, well, that's not what it is. Do you get it? But with our lot, like, dating, I feel like it's much more popular or much easier now to date or be in a multicultural relationship based on the fact that our similarities are based on our environment.
I get what you're saying. Here in the UK, it's pretty difficult to explain because of the fact that we have like so many different cultures coming into one, and it's so diverse. But you have to remember, even within this British culture, you still have your own identity. Do you get what I'm saying? You still have your own kind of culture that you've been brought up with within your household. So take me for example, like I live in an African household, you know, Congolese. So no matter how long I've stayed in London, when I go back home, I'm still gonna have that Congolese kind of culture. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, it's different if you have someone that's second or third generation. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, with their parents are, you know, born and bred here as well, then alright, cool, then you might get that sense of, you know, UK lifestyle, you know, open to diversity and stuff like that. But I think more time is the fear of the unknown. Do you get what I'm saying? If you don't know, you know, how that person's gonna be.
Bars.
Yeah, literally. If let's take for example, if I don't know how you are, do you get what I'm saying, at home, or how you are with your family and stuff like that, then my parents are just gonna be like, whoa, like, do you know enough about her? Do you know this? Do you know that? Do you get what I'm saying? And that kind of doubt is the questions that are raised. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you can't, I feel like if you can't clarify that, then how are you supposed to move forward?
So what about things like, say you marry someone that's from a completely different culture, and then like mother-in-laws, like father-in-law, stuff like that, how your parents and their parents get along, how important is that? Because for me, that's mad important.
Yeah, most definitely.
That is mad important.
I feel like regardless of whatever their culture is, it's just, you know, that booster, that self-esteem booster, that knowing that, okay, my parents, they love my wife, innit? So for example, for me, if my parents turn around and say, yeah, can you be the right one? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they mess with her, everything, and then they get along with her family, they feel like, yeah, her upbringing is, you know, on point, then it don't matter what her
But let's be real, yeah. We both come from African households. Africans have this, they might like who you picked, yeah, but the fact that that person is from a different ethnic background, they have that preconceived notion of, well, they're not like us, like the cultures are different. So from the jump, there's a negative look into the family life just because they're not from the same country as you. Africans are like that, you know.
There's a lot of Africans like that.
Don't come alive about it.
Obviously, my parents are not that, you know, tough with it and stuff. So like, they're more open to, you know, getting to know who you're going out with and, you know, what their cultural backgrounds with and stuff like that. So they just believe that if you feel like this person's the right person for you, and you can prove that this person's the right person for you, and you can prove that, yeah, their family and stuff are okay with it and they get along with each other, then that's calm for them, innit? Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be sleeping with this person. You're the one that's going to be raising a family with this person. And if you're not comfortable with that person, then...
So maybe it's easier when you kind of come from the same, like, one African... Like, for example, Congo, Nigeria. Do you get it? Like, I know that one's a bit sticky for you, yeah? But maybe it's because of the fact that ultimately you're rooted in the same land. What if it was like... like a Latin girl, like a Colombian chick, and then come into a Congolese household? Like, how would your parents even feel about that? Because that's a different ball game, it's a different culture, it's a different ethnicity, everything's different.
Again, it's difficult, isn't it? Because of the fact that, like I said, at first, they will be more reluctant. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like why do I want my, son getting into a relationship with, this person? Let's not sugarcoat it, innit?
Yeah.
Why do I want to go in with this person, kind of thing? And like, it's only because they don't know how this person's gonna react. They don't know how this person's gonna be in the long run. Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's easy to get up and leave if you have less connection with this person. Do you get what I'm saying? And on the cultural aspect as well, it's difficult to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stick right through it if there's an easy way out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I go out with a Latin person and I end up leaving this person, I can bet 100% that I'm not gonna have any connection with this person ever in my life. Do you get what I'm saying?
Why?
Because of the fact that if I'm gonna stick to, let's say, people of my culture, growing up and stuff like that, the kind of environment that I'll be hanging around. Let's say, for example, I hang out with, in terms of family, not in terms of who I get along with on a day-to-day basis, but like in terms of family, they'll be mostly surrounded by Congolese people, African culture, Ghanaian, Nigerian, you can name it. Do you get what I'm saying? And she'll be most likely surrounded by people that are of Latin culture. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like that percentage of you actually meeting up again is minimal compared to someone if they were Congolese. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've been in situations where I've met someone beforehand, not going out in a relationship, but I've met someone beforehand, and then after that you see them again afterwards in like family motives and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Not necessarily family, but because your family knows their family or there's some sort of acquaintance, it's like, okay, right, mad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing you again. Like, the chances of me seeing you again is actually higher. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's...
Do you know, I see it, but I don't agree, because because I'm North African, but I don't live around North Africans. I don't have them in and around my life. They're not in and around my circle. I grew up around a lot of Jamaicans and Nigerians, so they're the ones that are in and out my house. They're the ones that are coming to my birthdays or my siblings' birthdays or family functions or whatever. They're the people. That's my community. So with me, it's flipped. Like, imagine if, oh my god, imagine if I went, I'm even just stressing thinking about it. Like, I would be more likely to come across you than not, because my circle is within that culture. Do you get it? Do you know how mad that is? So if I leave you, you're not really gone. You're somewhere there, like in the background, but are you really gone though? Like,
but would you say, let's say for example, if you go to a cousin's motive, like, what's the chances of you seeing them at your cousin's motive, or seeing like your uncle's motive, or seeing them at, like, let's say, a family friend's motive? Do you get what I'm saying? So for me personally, I can disconnect from that person, leave the past in the past. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not, I wouldn't say it's not difficult. It is difficult. Do you get what I'm saying? If you had a connection with someone, then obviously there's always going to be something there. But if you genuinely want to disconnect with someone, you can, if they're not of the same culture. Do you get what I'm saying? Because guaranteed your family's not going to be surrounded by them, and really and truly that's your main worry. Do you get what I'm saying? How would your family react to this? Do you get what I'm saying? How would you be able to now deal with having to see them on an everyday basis if you do end it and they're cool with your family and that? Do you get what I'm saying? If they're in your social bubble in terms of culture, in terms of family, friends and stuff like that, then it gets a bit techie.
Alright, let's talk aunties and uncles, yeah? Because we all have that one auntie that will just ring up your line, your mum's line, your dad's line. If your parents are accepting of your relationship, yeah, and your whole immediate family is accepting, but the external isn't, how likely do you think your aunties and uncles are gonna be able to influence that mentality out of your parents? Because that happens a lot. Like, the parents will take you in, like, they won't feel the type of way, whatever. They might even love you off. Boom, our auntie's ringing up your mum's line saying that, but why would you let your daughter or your son get with someone like that? And she's hearing it all the time. Or same with your dad. Like, how likely, how much of an impact do you think that's gonna have on, like, your personal relationship with your parents? Because it's a bit sticky, because it happens. Because African households or African families, it's not just you, really and truly. That's not what the culture is. It's you, your aunties, your uncles, your, like, everybody's connected. I
don't know. For me, I'm always saying for me, but like, let's say in general,
just in general.
Like, at first you would assume that it's because of that reason that, if aunties and uncles get involved, then your parents are going to be looking at you in some type of way, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. But then I feel like that's just when you're in a position of not knowing, it hasn't happened before. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas, let's say if, for example, you have an older brother or sister, yeah,
Okay.
and they've gone through a relationship where, you know, that's someone that's external from their, you know, culture or whatnot, and then you kind of see how your parents change. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, my parents, at first, they were more reluctant to going out with someone of your own culture, but then when they see their own child do it, you know, go through it, and that person persevered for a long period of time, and they see that it's actually good, then they get to a point where it's like, you know what, it's found a good one. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, regardless of the culture, regardless of whatever people's doubts, at the end of the day, your aunties and uncles, they don't know this person.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your parents do. So they can take their judgment on a general basis, but then again, everyone's different. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't judge you based on someone else that's of your same culture.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? Everyone's got a different upbringing. No matter how similar our culture is, no matter what culture you're in, you're always gonna find people that are different. Like there's people in my own culture which I'll be like, wow, I'm even surprised we have the same culture. Do you get what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
gets like that sometimes. It really does.
So I feel like more time is just about getting to know that person. If that person's open to, you know, connecting with your family, seeing what's right and wrong, and actually building something, then I feel like it don't matter, you know, whatever it is that.
Alright, so I want to know, really and truly, what is the beef between Congo and Nigeria? Like, I want to know, like, why is it so deep?
It's not really a beef, innit? On my end of things, it's not really a beef.
So what if you brought home a Nigerian girl? A Yoruba girl?
There's nothing wrong, person speaking, there's nothing wrong with, their culture, them as a person, or anything like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Same goes with Ghanaians, same goes with any country in Africa. Do you get what I'm saying? It's only a fact that they think that they're better than us. Do you get what I'm saying? They think they're
the
better
Nigerians
than
are gonna
us.
get you.
Yeah, it gets like that, innit? They think they're better than us. And don't get it twisted. If we're talking like in terms of politics, in terms of economy, in terms of, you know, like success in like social aspects, like World Cup and stuff like that, then cool, you can say that, yeah, they're doing better than us. Do you get what I'm saying? But in terms of a person to person, like let's say you get a Nigerian person from the UK and put a Congolese person from the UK, generally speaking, they'll think they're better than us. Do you get what I'm saying?
Really?
And as a pride thing, I'm not gonna stand there and just be like, yeah, right, okay, cool, they're better than me. No.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna stand for Congo. Do you get what I'm saying? It gets like that. And the same goes for Ghanaians. Ghanaians will do the exact same thing, whether it's Congo, whether it's Nigeria. Do you get what I'm saying? But for some reason, even growing up, secondary school, college, it gets like that. It's always been that free. Do you get what I'm saying? The most dominant African countries within your school always tends to be Nigerian, Ghanaian, and Congolese. So that clash, it's always been like, oh, he's the best. He's gonna, you know, take control of this whole thing. So it's mad. It gets like that.
That's a pride thing. It
You know
really
what I'm saying?
is.
Especially with the man. I don't know how it is with the girls and that. Do you get what I'm saying? If they're competing against who's got the best hair and that, I don't know.
No. Girls, no. I think it's definitely more of a man thing. I think females don't care until they do. Do you get it?
Very
like,
true.
if someone says anything about, like, Algeria or whatever, because we, like, Moroccans and Algerians have that same beef. Moroccans think they're better than us. You know, Moroccans get at me if you want to get at me. I don't care. But Moroccans have this, like, a level of ego, yeah, where they just think they're better than Algerians, even though we're very similar. But see, my people, my people will come and let me not even speak anything. Let me not even say anything. Let me not even say anything. But it's all love. We love everybody because, you know, Moroccans, Algerians are all the same. Nigerians, Congolese.
So do you think you're better than Moroccans?
I never said that. I don't think I'm better than anybody.
Ask your question.
I don't think I'm better than anybody.
Right.
I think I am on the same level as everybody. If you want to be better than me, you can claim it. But are you really?
Very true. Very
I
true.
guess like that.
Okay.
I guess like that. Oh my god. I think this is so interesting because nowadays, yeah, you see so many multicultural relationships, but people don't really tell you how hard it is. Like, I think because it's so prominent, people just think it's easy. Do you know what I mean? But see these families, yeah, they will come and infiltrate.
I know I feel like there's a lot of success, even though, you know, there are downfalls and stuff. There's a lot of success in dating without, obviously, outside of your culture and stuff. Yeah. If you look at your, you know, family generation, your family tree and stuff, you actually see it, that more and more people are actually more accepting to these things. And I feel like it comes in within because of the fact of discrimination. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because there's been such a challenge against discrimination, you know, whether it's racism, whether it's ageism, whether it's sexism, all of that stuff. Yeah, people are now understanding that it's not just about who you are in terms of culture, but it's seeing everyone as a person before anything. Do you get what I'm saying? And that kind of understanding of seeing everyone as a person is seeping into, you know, who you pick as a partner.
Do you think less people now are willing to date within their culture then because of that?
Facts. I feel like not necessarily because of the whole, you know, discrimination thing. I think if we're talking on, you know, on the surface level.
Let's talk surface level.
Most people, most people, like, how would I say it?
Pick your words wisely. Pick your words wisely. Go on.
I feel like dating within your culture, yeah, is difficult because people want to try something new. Do you get what I'm saying? Is that thing of, you know, you've seen your aunties, you've seen your uncles, you've seen their kind of relationships, you've seen, you know, what they go through on a day-to-day basis, and you're looking at it and thinking, right, like, even though they last long term, you see that battle that they face within each other 24/7. So more time you'll think, going outside of it, am I going to find something that, you know, other people don't do that these people do within your culture?
Don't you think that comes down? I think that's a bit unrealistic though, because
it's very unrealistic. Yeah, it's very unrealistic.
Every relationship, marriage, whatever, like the highs will be high and the lows will be low. Do you get it? Just because you see what you see, you see what you see. Yeah. But I think dating outside your culture has almost become a fetish to a certain extent. Don't you think? I think it has.
I think you should elaborate on that.
Okay. I know. Well, I'm not gonna say I know, but I've seen a lot of people who will claim that they will never ever date within their own people, and that's your own choice. Like, personally, I think you do what you want to do, but for me to sit here and deny my own people, I think is dumb, because this is the family that I come from. This is my dad. This is my brother. This is my. Do you know what I mean? This is my culture. This is who I am. Like, I'm open to dating outside my culture, but for me to come and claim that I would deny my own people is a bit mad.
Yeah, but denying your own culture and dating outside of your own culture is two different things.
It is, but a lot of people put them hand in hand. They deny their own culture, which is why they date outside their culture. See, I don't really agree with that, and it's the first time I'm. So would you date a Congolese girl? Go on. Yeah, I actually would. Okay. Actually would. Okay. Surprisingly, I can't lie. Have you ever dated a Congolese girl? Yeah. Have you? Yeah, and pretty short. In the past, premature, immature, you know. Premature? You can call it whatever you want to call it, innit? Okay. Like, I wouldn't say it was a serious relationship, but I'd have tried it, do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not something that I would say that, I'm never open to, do you get what I'm saying? Right. For me, I just feel like I was always about trying something new, trying something different. So it was never a fact that I was saying that, Congolese people are dead, or Congolese people are this, or Congolese are that. Never. I would never deny Congolese people. I love Congolese people, like, deep down, everything. Okay. You know, when it came to girls, it's always about, you know, like, let me see what this person's about. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's something new, like, this person's interested. Okay, here's a question then, yeah. If you met those two girls, both of them ticked all your boxes, mentally, spiritually, financially, everything. One was Congolese and one wasn't. Who are you going for? That's unrealistic. Personally, I'll never be in that situation, so I can never. No, stop! Don't do all of that. Pick an answer. Yeah. They both tick all of your boxes. Are you gonna go for someone that's from your home country or not? Obviously, I'll pick someone from my own country based on the fact that, okay, food wise, you get what I'm saying. They can cook food that's of my culture, and that's big. Do you get what I'm saying? If you can cook my homegrown food, then you can keep Congolese me happy. Girls get out. Okay. You keep a man happy. That's the key to a man's heart. But are you gonna eat Congolese food for the rest of your life? I guess I can, you know. I actually can. Okay, interesting. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to remember, especially after long days of work. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking far future. Long days work. You're coming home. What if the girl can cook Congolese dishes? The girl that's outside your culture. Then I'm accepting as well. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter for me personally. It doesn't matter if you're, let's say, Nigerian, if you're, we'll say, a Ghanaian, one, their food's great. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, every culture. So you say Nigerian food is dead? I didn't bring you up. Is that what you're saying? Just in general, like, every culture has their good dishes. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. Like, I'm more than willing to, you know, try out new dishes, this, that, one, and I'm easy going. Do you get what I'm saying? As long as you can cook,
I'm happy. Do you get what I'm
So
saying?
you're saying you don't have a preference?
I would have a preference. Everyone has a preference.
What's your preference?
Do you get what I'm saying? Congolese food, definitely.
Okay.
But then again, I like Lebanese food as well, so it's a bit techie. Do you get what I'm
Lebanese
saying?
girls,
It's
game.
a bit techie, do you get what I'm saying? But in general, it's like, if you know how to cook and you know how to please your man, then great.
True.
If you genuinely want to keep someone long term in terms of your man, then
cooking is key.
Definitely, if you're gonna get along with their parents and stuff, then definitely see how their mum cooks. You get what I'm saying? If you do like cooking sessions with their mum and that, then there's nothing better.
Imagine cooking a whole dish that your mum would cook. Do you know how impressed your mum would be?
Do
just bringing it home.
Do you know how impressed your husband would be? I don't know if you understand.
What time she's not even trying to impress you? She's trying to impress your parents.
You don't underrate how happy a guy will be, you know, if you actually cook a dish that they come home and they're like, right, you know what? Like,
yeah, it's mad.
It's crazy. I don't need to do no work. There's no
wow.
I probably treat her to doing the dishes afterwards and that.
So what are you cooking for her though?
Yeah, definitely. If I could please her with my dishes and that.
What, are you cooking her homeland's dishes the same way she's cooking yours?
Yeah, I'll make an effort.
Make an effort. Do you see the difference?
I'll make an effort. You know what I'm saying?
What's the effort?
Definitely be cooking with her. If I got the time and I'm there and I'm at home, like, definitely cooking with her. Do you get what I'm saying?
What if her dad said, "Karma, I want to teach you how to make this dish." You're gonna go learn with her dad.
Definitely. More time. It's not even because of the wife. Do you get what I'm saying? That's a chance for you to now build a bond with her dad. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you can really get along with your wife's parents, then that gives her a sense of comfort. Do you get what I'm saying? Because she's like, okay, cool, this person actually tries. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's difficult, especially as a guy as well. You wouldn't want to then go and destroy something good that you have.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because of the fact that you build that bond. If I haven't built a bond with, the person that I'm trying to get to know's parents, family and stuff like that, then there's not really that much of a connection there. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though I might like you, I'm still talking in a point of, you know, preference. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how do I like you? Is it appearance? Is it characteristics and stuff? Do you get what I'm saying? But you haven't built the actual relationship bond. Do you get what I'm saying? That long-term bond, and that comes with getting to know that person's family.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying? So,
what if you get with somebody and you don't like their family, but their family have nothing against you? You personally just don't like her family.
Just don't lie to yourself. Is it really going to work? Do you get what I'm saying? Those are questions that you have to ask yourself now before you hurt yourself later in the future. Because you don't want to be in a position where you're in an argument, and then after that, you're like, I didn't like your parents anyways. Like, I don't get on with your parents.
Are you mad?
Do you get what I'm saying? That's a very big deal.
You mad?
That's a very big deal. Unless you're like someone that says, all right, cool. I don't. It's not that I don't like this person. I don't get along with their parents yet, and you're trying to learn how to get along with. Then cool. If you feel like this relationship is worth doing it, then be my guest. Do you get what I'm saying? Try and get to know them, but. If you genuinely have made your mind up and said that I'm not going to get along with these people's parents, then don't force it. So
you're saying you can never be in a marriage where you don't speak to her parents? Like, you have no relationship with her parents?
I disagree with it. Interesting. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your relationship is a partnership. Do you get what I'm saying? So you own 50% of that relationship, the other person owns 50% of it. If that person loves their family, loves their parents, at the end of the day, that's the person that raised your wife or your husband. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you disagree with their parents, then you have to ask yourself, how do you really like that person? Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're basically the result of whatever their parents' upbringing is.
Right.
So if that's their result and you disagree with their parents, then do you really agree with who you're going out with? Self-explanatory.
It's true. You know what? I agree. I actually agree with you. I think having a relationship with your partner's parents is very important. Like, it's key. Because then, I want my man to be around my parents' house before I'm even there.
Do you
know what I mean? Like, just chilling with pops. What?
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's mad.
Obviously, not after a fight, keep your distance and that, but...
After a whole fight, if you rock up to my parents' house after me and you fought...
And you're talking about the fight before me.
It really does. Oh my god, okay. I have a riddle for you. Are you ready?
Go on.
I actually love this. I love all riddles. It's actually not that hard. It's just a bit long. Alright, cool. It can't be seen, it can't be felt. Can't be heard, can't be smelt. It lies behind the stars and under the hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes first and follows after, ends life and kills laughter. What is it?
Say again.
Yeah. Okay. So it can't be seen, it can't be felt, it can't be heard, it can't be smelt. It lies behind the stars and under the hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes first and follows after, ends life and kills laughter. What is it?
Air.
No.
It has to be.
It's not air.
What is it?
No, keep going. How are you going to just flop off the one guess? Keep going.
So it's definitely something you can't feel or touch. Yeah?
Yeah, you can't feel, touch.
You can't see it. Did you say you can't see it?
Yeah, can't see it. You can't see it.
And you can't hear it?
Yeah.
Mad. Okay. That's a lot of sense.
And it fills empty holes. What fills empty holes?
Like I'm saying, air, oxygen, what the hell?
It's
You can't
not
feel it, there's nothing physical.
Mm.
Yeah. Emotions.
No, it lies behind the stars and under the hills.
That can be metaphoric.
That's the biggest clue you can get.
Lies under the stars. Lies under the stars. What? What, the moon?
Behind this, no. Does the moon lie under the hills?
You can see moon. But if you're looking at the horizon, it can go under the hills.
Behind the stars and under the hills. No?
I'm blank.
Do you give up?
Yeah.
It's the dark. Oh my god. I love my humour. I absolutely love it.
This thing is throwing me off.
It's the dark. It makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
Never be fast. It can be anything though.
What?
Yeah, it can be anything.
Why?
Literally.
No. It's the dark. It's the dark.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Would you have gotten it though? That's the question.
Absolutely not.
No,
I'm not that
okay.
smart.
Alright, cool. I feel better myself.
What? Man, you didn't even get it there. What are you talking about?
Cool.
Oh my god. Okay, cool.